Joe Biden's stealth tax increases. I'm telling you, my friends, when I read this to you, be like, that doesn't affect me. Only a matter of time, folks. Only a matter of time. Just remember the AMT, the alternative minimum tax. Just remember the tax on Social Security from Reagan and Clinton, right? And I'll show you how this will affect you at some point. And this, again, it's just the beginning. All right, so let's read this from my man Andrew Biggs over at AEI, American Enterprise Institute. You might have remembered I emailed or interviewed Andrew not once but twice for my YouTube channel. We'll try to get him after the election to see what he thinks. The hidden trap in Biden's tax hikes. Op-ed Wall Street Journal, Dateline, October 18, 2020. I don't have the whole Wall Street Journal article because I don't subscribe to it, but I'm going to read you the brunt of the matter, and we'll talk about it. Sniffy Joe promises not to raise taxes on Americans earning less than $400,000. Actually, I don't even get how he promises that when if you're going to get rid of TCJA, the Trump tax bill, the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, inherently you're going to raise taxes on everybody. It doesn't make sense. But there's a hitch. Eliza's proposal to apply the Social Security payroll tax to income above that amount. Social Security is financed by 12.4% levy on earnings up to $137,000. Although nearly every developed country caps its pension taxes, progressives grumble that the rich don't pay enough in the United States. I thought we're supposed to be more like all the other countries. You know, for everything else, they say, they do like this over there. Why can't we do it? Oh, my goodness. And we say, well, every other country has a limit on the amount of pension taxes. Well, we have a higher standard of living, so we should pay more. It's like you can't win with these people, man. They just want more money and more control. I'm just telling you, once you've been around this for a while, you recognize it doesn't matter. But they don't make any rational arguments. They just push and push and push until ultimately you crumble. You say, okay, whatever. Maybe this will make them happy. It never does. They just want more money and more control. Sniffy Joe's Social Security plan, analyzed this month by the Urban Institute, a left-wing leaning group, would retain the $137,000 payroll tax ceiling, but impose a 12.4% tax on earnings above $400,000. So basically, we're going to keep the ceiling, but until you make $400,000, we're going to bring it back. This donut hole would spare the upper middle class from higher taxes, but only temporarily. With each passing year, the donut hole shrinks. The payroll tax ceiling already increases annually with nominal wage growth. But Mr. Biden's 400,000 threshold isn't indexed. That means over about 3 decades, the payroll tax will be phased out. So let me just tell you what that means. It's not indexed. That's how these guys do it, man. That's how they did with the AMT. The AMT, there's like when they passed it 78 or 74, I can't remember, when they passed the alternative minimum tax, it was to get basically 300 families in the United States that weren't paying any tax because of various shenanigans in the tax code. Completely legit, completely legal. They just played the tax law as it was. I don't blame them at all. So they have an AMT where they had some add backs and whatnot to make sure they got hit with some kind of taxation. That doesn't affect you, doesn't affect me. That's what everyone said in 1970 whenever they passed it. Nah, no big deal. It's just rich people. Yeah. Slowly and slowly and slowly it started affecting more and more people until we had it. Charlotte and I think we had $7,000 AMT hit in 2017. And that's with a mortgage and 4 children too, all right? And we weren't making huge bucks. We were making decent money, don't get me wrong. But after all that deductions that we have, mortgage, tithing, 4 kids, all that, we still had to add back some of that mortgage interest or real estate taxes or I can't remember, but we still had to add back. So we had a $7,000 AMT hit. Yeah, a family of 6. All right, that's how bad the AMT, because it wasn't inflated. It wasn't indexed for inflation. Social Security taxation, again, initially just to tax the wealthy. Well, now everyone pays tax on Social Security, basically. And it's just, again, that is a regressive tax that affects the lower end, lower income people more than it affects the higher income people. It's just all there is to it. But you don't hear anyone saying that's a bad tax. The left never relinquishes their money. They never do. They always want more. And that's the problem with this right here. The inflation, the lack of indexing for inflation. Dude, this is just the beginning. Obama tried to have no indexing for inflation when it came to IRMA, the Income with Respect to Medicare Adjustment Act. Yes, that was passed under Bush, 100%. It was, I think, was it indexed under Bush? I think it was, and Obama got rid of the indexing. And then Ryan, was it Ryan or Boehner? Anyway, they redid it in 2000, I think it was Paul Ryan, in 2015, where it was reintroduced to be indexed again. But initially it was not. And so that IRMA, which is what you're paying, your premium increases on Medicare once you pass a certain threshold of income, again, a dastardly tax is going to engulf more and more people getting trapped in the net. I'm just telling you, same thing's going to happen here. This is just beginning, man. This is just beginning. This is just for their payroll tax on Social Security. You wait. There's going to be more to come. You got to watch these lack of indexing for inflation. It's nefarious. No other way around that. All right, we'll see you.